Hey friends, late night worm here today to bring you a quick, I guess, a somewhat controversial topic in regards to next season's ritual weapon. For whatever reason, I've seen a bunch of people kind of complaining about the fact that we are getting a Tex Mechanica scout rifle in the kinetic slot next season. So I just kind of wanted to offer my thoughts on that and tell you that if you're complaining about this weapon, I have news for you. There's no such thing as a brand new weapon. Okay, that's the reality of it. Bungie rarely makes a brand new archetype of weapon, and of course, we saw the 120 round per minute scout rifle added with the Dead Man's Tail, which was an exotic only, and then of course we got Long Arm, which is a 120 scout rifle in the energy slot, and of course next season we will be getting Last Right, which is a kinetic 120 round per minute Tex Mechanica scout rifle. I don't really know why people are complaining. I don't know why people are moaning and whining about the weapon. Lots of people are saying it's just a reskin of um, the long arm, which is the Spire of the Watcher dungeon weapon, which you're actually seeing on this run right here. I was farming it the other day and I got the roll that I was looking for. But yeah, what is Bungie supposed to do? I mean, really, if they add a 200 round per minute scout rifle like they did with Guardian games, there's already 200 round per minute scout rifles. Why is nobody complaining that, oh, it's a reskin? It's I'm sorry, I'm laughing that I'm even having to make that this is even a topic because it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, there's only so many weapons that they can make. In fact, I applaud Bungie for making an archetype of weapon that is different than everything else. Like, they could have given us like a 600 round per minute auto rifle. They could have given us a 140 round per minute hand cannon. They could have given us any number of things. And I think players would have still complained because we already have that in the game. It's a ritual weapon. It's not an exotic. It's not a pinnacle, like the old school weapons. Like, they're not supposed to be these weapons that are super crazy, wild, unique. Would it be cool to get, a Tex Mechanic Scout rifle that shoots at like, 260 round per minute? It's like a lever action one that shoots at 260 round per minute. Yeah, that might be pretty cool. But at the end of the day, I'm not mad that it's a 120 round per minute scout rifle. I'm not mad that it is a kinetic version of Long Arm. Okay, because Long Arm, as cool as it is, doesn't have the best of rolls, if we're being honest. I mean, it's got some decent rolls, but like, they didn't put Volt Shot on it. They could have done that. They didn't put Outlaw on it. They could have done that. And of course, with this, with the Last Right, they have the opportunity to do that. And I really hope that they do. I really hope that we get something like Outlaw on it, which we'll speculate more into the potential perks in just a moment. But I just kind of want to, talk about people's, I guess, thoughts and opinions on it, because it really is driving me, like, it's driving me wild that people are actually complaining about this. The fact that we only have 2 of these archetypes of weapon in the game. Okay, we only have 2 120 round per minute scouts. One of them's an exotic, one of them's a legendary in the energy slot, and now we're getting a kinetic one, and people are complaining about it. I don't get it. I seriously cannot fathom why. Like, I am happy that Bungie has added yet another 120 round per minute scout rifle, because maybe I don't want to use long arm. Maybe I like, a fusion rifle in the energy slot. But if I want to use long arm and have fun with it, I have to pair my fusion rifle with Dead Man's Tail. Or if I want to use merciless, I can't use merciless with Dead Man's Tail. So I think it's awesome that we're finally getting a kinetic legendary 120 round per minute scout rifle, because 120 round per minute scouts are really fun to use. Yeah, like I said, I can't figure out why players are complaining about it. However, moving from that, topic. Sorry, I thought I heard my kid crying in the next room over. It is very late. It's 10:30 p.m. when I'm at the time of recording this. But moving on to speculation as to what the new perks for this upcoming scout rifle can be. We need to look at it with tempered expectations. I know that everybody's really wanting like a god roll for it, but of course, Bungie said that these ritual weapons are supposed to be like 1 or 2 steps down from a god roll. So I wanted to talk about possible perk combinations for both PvE and PvP, because that's kind of what they go for with these. The Velis X, which I believe was last season's pinnacle weapon, had repulsor brace, tunnel vision, golden tricorn, and kill clip. Obviously the PvP roll is tunnel vision, kill clip. Good roll, not the best. And then repulsor brace and golden tricorn good, not the best, right? So I think with long arm, I really think that in the first column, we're probably going to see rapid hits, which I know somebody might say, oh my God, rapid hit is an S tier perk. Rapid hit is an S tier perk on every other archetype of weapon except for 120 round per minute scouts. And the reason why is, of course, because rapid hits, basically it states that you get bonuses to your reload and your stability for 2 seconds after you hit, or up to 5 stacks that will last for 2 seconds after hitting a precision shot. Well, of course, if you dump your magazine, your 15 round magazine into a target, and you get 5 stacks, like, yeah, you're gonna have that quick reload for 2 seconds. But considering that these these 120 round per minute scout rifles don't reload magazine style, they reload 2 bullets at a time, you're really only getting benefits for about 3 cycles. So you're only getting 6 bullets back in the magazine faster, and then you either have to stop to shoot, and hit a crit, which will extend that timer, or the buff drops off. So I think the rapid hit really would be a not a S tier perk. Okay, I think the Outlaw would be my optimal decision, because Outlaw is absolutely freaking fantastic. And Outlaw is, very good. It would last probably the entire reload, but again, because it would last for the entire reload and all you have to get is precision kill on a 120 round per minute scout rifle, that's very easy. I don't see Outlaw being a featured perk there. Now that would be, I would say, probably more of like a PvE/PvP style perk. In the next column over for PvP, if we don't see kinetic trimmers, I will be honestly shocked. Kinetic trimmers, of course, on scout rifles procs every 6 shots. So I think with a 120 round per minute scout rifle, it would be good, but it wouldn't be broken. If we have it on Hung Jury fires 180 rounds per minute. Very quickly you can get those 6 shots off, right? And so it's very good on the Hung Jury, but when you're firing at 120 round per minute, I think that, it's not quite as good. And especially with the amount of damage that you're actually dealing to targets, which is a lot more, you're more likely to kill targets before you actually get it to proc. So I think that would also be, a pretty solid option for Bungie to go with. That would be fun, but it wouldn't be too broken. Now, as for PvP and the PvP style perks, I wouldn't be mad if we saw Compulsive Reloader, which I know a lot of people say Compulsive Reloader is butt cheeks outside of on, Iterative Loop with Volt Shot. However, I really think that, again, same principle with Rapid Hit. I think that Compulsive Reloader on this archetype of scout rifle is actually really good, because it is very easy to stay at that top half of the magazine. It's dealing a lot of damage, right? So, you shoot 3 shots off, you get a kill, you're still at the top of that magazine, you get plus 50 reload, or plus 60, I don't remember what it is, but it's plus 50 or 60 reload. And of course, it's easy to stay at that. Let's say you drop below, I just realized, out of my 15 shots, I've just fired 8, so I'm no longer above that 50% magazine threshold. You put one, you do 1 reload cycle, and then you get that 50% buff. So you pop those shells in really, really fast. So I think that would be a really solid option to put on this weapon. And I think that's why they put it on the long arm as well, because it is a perk that's featured on the long arm. But I guess another potential that we could see is maybe Under Pressure, because again, same reason, you can stay at the bottom half of the magazine for a long time. In fact, I have an Under Pressure high impact reserve roll on long arm that is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal, because again, you can dump the mag right at the start of the match, and stay at the bottom of the magazine literally for the entire game. As long as you can stay alive, you can stay at the bottom of that, because it doesn't reload magazine style. It reloads 2 bullets at a time. So I wouldn't be surprised we see Under Pressure, maybe high impact reserves to pair with that. I'm trying to think of other good combos. That's all I can really think of off the top of my head. Like I said, I didn't, just a couple of ideas that we might see for the last right. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. It's a lot longer than I expected. I thought it was only be about 5 minutes, because I thought this was going to be a rant about people complaining about last rights, which they haven't even got their hands on, and you're complaining about it. Doesn't make sense to me. I'm very excited that we're finally getting another 120 round per minute scout rifle. I really don't know how you could be upset about this. But of course, if you are upset or frustrated that Bungie is bringing in this archetype of weapon next season, let me know in the comments why, because I really would like to know from a understandable viewpoint, sorry, why you're frustrated, why you as a player are frustrated that Bungie's bringing back a 120 round per minute scouts. again, let me know a reasonable comment, not just the angry, oh, I hate it, or something like that, or it's reskinned. Because here's the thing, every gun in the game is going to be reskinned at some point. And we've kind of talked about this briefly before, but when you have these weapons that are foundry weapons, it only makes sense that a lot of them look the same. I mean, think about, you know, Omalon auto rifles. They look very similar. All of them look the same. It's the same with scout rifles and pulse rifles. Like, they all look very similar. So it's not surprising that Tex Mechanica has a similar look between the long arm and the Lacerite, you know. I don't know, that's kind of my thoughts on it. But of course, like I said, I want to know your thoughts on it too. Let me know also what you think about the perk combo ideas that we talked about here. I think that these are good combos that would serve fairly well, but they wouldn't be absolutely busted because, you know, of the way that the scout rifle reloads and how it works and stuff like that. But yeah, if you like the video, of course, drop a like. It helps the channel out a lot. And subscribe for more daily Destiny content. And hey, do me a favor, watch the video you see right now, because for whatever reason, YouTube thinks that you might like it. That's it for me, guys, and I will talk to y'all in the next video. Bye for now.